Good evening, everybody. Welcome to round two of the NASCAR Throwback series. We've got a lot of good racing in store for us tonight. We're actually at Legacy Phoenix, not regular Phoenix. So a little bit of a switch last second, but we are racing tonight here from Phoenix International Raceway. So you're going to see your start-finish area is going to be in a different place. Corners are going to be differently numbered and stuff. So we're going to want to pay attention to that a little bit as we've got a few drivers out here on track qualifying currently. And we'll get some info up so we know who we're looking at. Looking at, I think we've got close to 25 tonight. Obviously your winner from last week, Jacob Bowen in that number 21 car, looking to hold on to his points lead throughout the evening. So be on the lookout for that one. Let's get some race info up so everybody kind of knows what's going on. We're 150 laps tonight, 80 degrees for the weather, makes it about 108 on the track. It's gonna be slick for these guys. I think traction's gonna be key. I think we're gonna see a lot of off corner issues. Phoenix always notorious for checkups down in the corner before the start finish line. And everybody has a different break point around here. So it's going to change a lot of things. But I really think this is going to be a solid race tonight. And it looks like my trading paints wants to be broken. So we'll fix that really quick. Get that up there. But as you can tell, I don't have a co-host for tonight. Double D's plan to be co-host kind of changed last second. So he's actually in race tonight, so we'll get to see him battle it out with these guys tonight. What's the track length tonight? I think it's about 1.5 miles. Let me get the race info back up. It should tell us here. It's actually 1 mile, so not quite 1.5 miles, obviously, but yeah, no, these guys are ready to battle it out tonight. I think, obviously Daytona went a whole lot of different ways for a lot of different guys. So we'll see how this plays out for some of the guys that wanted to get off the super speedway. This car, it's fun at a super speedway, don't get me wrong, but things get a little bit on the hairy side. So we're gonna see how this goes. Like I said, I anticipate a pretty good run tonight. Couple of guys to keep your eye on. Andrew Phipps, obviously fastest so far in qualifying, but Kevin Savoy, Jesse Bennell, pretty solid runners, and don't count out Double D. He may have missed the first round, but you can bet he's going to come back with a vengeance here. A little bit different than the way we broadcasted last night. We had the guys from Verdane on with us, which was really cool. I really feel like I learned some stuff. So we'll see if we can't put that to use as we get into things. Just covering a few other things as long as we're waiting for qualifying to end here. We'll be over broadcasting. Was it Friday night? We'll have NASCAR 3D that'll start at about 10:55, running until about 12:30 ish. And we also have, or actually, I think that might have been pushed back. I think Cornsley got pushed back. We would have had them on Saturday, but I think they pushed that back for 2 weeks. And then we'll have slow car and fast car from ISS. And if I remember correctly, I think we're going to ARCA car. So we'll have these cars at ISS coming up end of the week. And at some point here, I've got to get some time on my hands so that way I can rebuild this PC next to me to give you guys the best show that we can. Got some upgrades coming, got some things that we're going to try to make look better, that sort of deal. I got a whole new case propped up behind me. So we're in for some upgrades around here and getting ready for that 5090 to hopefully get that in the next couple of months. So but it looks like qualifying's over, so we're going to go ahead and get this off the screen for a minute. We'll get the grid up We'll hide this. So Andrew Phipps going to put it on the pole with a 27,782. Jesse Bennell going to come in second. Kevin Savoy starting third. Double D starting fourth. Josh Brock starting fifth. Tyler Nichols is sixth. Jacob Bowen, your winner from last week, he's starting seventh. Don't count him out. JD McHaley going to start eighth. Joe Perazzi, Little Joe, going to start ninth. We've got Corn starting 10th. Fatherball starting 11th. Sam Green is starting 12th. If I can get my qualifying stuff back. Eric Dillingham going to start 13th. Rodney Vest 14th. Diesel Weasel 15th. Tom Gom is 16th. Gabe Griffin is 17th. Jeff Pless 18th. Nathan Dillard is 19th. Carter Nelson 20th. Pop Perozzi's going to start 21st. Gary Freeman starting 22nd. Eric Kapp is starting 23rd. Aiden Haller 24th. And Dustin Haynes is 25th. Like I said, Andrew Phipps taking home the Sam Green Designs pole award for tonight. Let me get logos up. We're gonna get track map up. We literally didn't have much of a grid time there. That was pretty quick. Oh, Steven, that's never a good time when your PSU craps out. Apparently, Tom's got to start from the grid because there was an issue with the grid time. It apparently went from enough time to no time. So that may be good. That may be bad. We'll see how this goes. I do believe pace car should be, we're going to do one more. Nope, pace car is off. Andrew Phipps going to lead him to the line. Jesse Bennell to his outside. Here we go. We're green flag racing. We'll see if everybody makes it through turn one without issue. Everybody kind of single filing out. But we make it through turn one all right. Phipps and Bennell already going at it. As we head down into technically turn number 3, that bend is technically turn number 2. Side-by-side action up front between the Dale Jr. car, Jesse Bennell, and the Jimmy Johnson car of Andrew Phipps. So far, so good for everybody. The Gominator just a little bit off pace at the back. Like I said, probably not the world's worst because he doesn't have to fight with traffic right now. As we see Bennell and Phipps out in front, Double D sitting there in the third position. Josh Brock trying to hunt him down behind. So it's a hornet's nest chasing everybody. I've got the Gominator crashed. He's rolling still, so that's a good sign. But everybody kind of singled out throughout the field. We go back here by Josh Brock and Dennis Daly. I really think that running the low, slow line is going to be key for these guys. Tom trying to stay on the lead lap. I don't think he hit anything. It looks like that Jeff Gordon Exalta car is pretty clean. But I do believe he is struggling a little bit as we get around here on lap number 4. I was looking to see, I don't think with the way that the cameras are, we can get a good crank it up tonight. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to kind of deal with it. I don't have cameras really built for this track, unfortunately. But you got Double D sitting there third. Josh Brock, he's fallen back to the clutches of Tyler Nichols. Tyler going to go to the inside, trying to make his moves early. These guys are going to have to really, I think, race the tires tonight instead of the track. I think that's going to be key for the most part. So, Steven, I don't have wall cams for here, unfortunately. I've got to get with the guys over at Whiplash. I finally got their information, so we're going to see about getting some cams from them possibly. As we see last week's winner, Jacob Bowen, he's trying to get around Josh Brock. I know a lot of these guys from talking to him earlier, they said they were trying to survive. Not a track that a lot of these guys go to very often. We got JD sitting in 7th right now. He's going to try and go around Josh Brock. And if you look behind him, he got none other than Fatherball following him up through the field. Let's go on board with old JD for a minute here. We'll jump in off the roll bar. See what we can see. JD running 7th. And you see him kind of sawing at that wheel just a little bit on corner exit. That's weird that I don't have any screen out audio. Let me fix that really quick. Where the heck is my sound stuff? I think that's... Nope, that did not fix my problem. Give me just a few minutes here, guys, while I fix it. We'll get an outside view real quick. Not sure why the car hum's not coming through. It's weird that all the... Dustin, can you confirm that you guys can hear car audio at this point? JD around Josh Brock finally. What is going on here? It should be coming from gaming. Okay. I'm loving that you guys don't have audio. Like, that's really, really weird. Okay. Give me just a couple of minutes here, guys. I'll go watch the battle for... Find you guys a battle really quick. Actually, JD's starting to come through. Give me 2 seconds. We'll fix this real quick. This has to go to... Where is it? Audio. There's media. It's disappeared. Oh, there it is. That should fix it. We still don't have screen audio. This is very, very strange. Do you guys have audio yet? Still nothing. Okay, this is very bizarre. I'm going to wait for the caution if we get one here, and I'll see if we can't fix it then so we can get the rest of this race called. We've definitely got a stack up here. Tyler Nichols is checked out on Bowen in the fifth place. And we've got Tom Gom, obviously a lap down, just trying to kind of ride, stay out of the way. We've got JD, and I do believe Fatherball's right with him. Fatherball's gotten around Josh Brock. So Josh Brock continuing to lose positions here as we're getting through this race. Behind him, we've got the 14 of Sam Green. He's in 9th. Zach Korn sitting in 10th. Rodney Vest trying to make his way past Korn here. And then we got the 98 of Kevin Savoy. This man knows how to save tire, and he knows how to save fuel. If he's running 12th, there's a good chance that he's going to make his way through this field. Yeah, Dustin, I've been looking at that and I'm trying to figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Actually, one thing I'm going to do, give me just a second. Oh, we've got the 4-car off the pace. That was Pop Perosi. Looks like he swatted the wall there. Let's see if we can't figure out what happened. Oh, he just gets loose right there out of the dog leg area and smacks the inside wall. So that's going to take him out for just a minute here. As we've got your leader, Andrew Phipps, coming around. I'm going to reboot my sound settings really quick, guys. So bear with me. You're not going to hear me for just a second here. What in the wide world of sports? We kill the sound, bring it back, and we got to get back into the session. I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll get back in as soon as we can here, guys. It just dropped me out of nowhere, which is very, very strange. So, come on, if it'll let me get in. I've got to, of course, wait for it to drop. Gotta love technical difficulties, folks. But I think that should take care of our sound issues. There we go. Now we can get back in. It wouldn't be a stream night if we didn't have some form of technical difficulty, right? I guess it is what it is. So come on. Anytime you want to load. The bad thing is it's going to throw all my cameras off. So we'll roll with it from exterior cameras and call it good. And of course, we've got a caution already, and I can't bring you what the caution was. So we'll go TV2, see if we can't see some damage on some of these cars. Yeah, first caution of the night. I'm not seeing damage, so I don't know if somebody just got turned or what. Yeah, I don't see any damage, so I'm going to make another adjustment here in just a second. I just don't understand what is going on with these sound settings. Well, while we're under caution, Josh Brock up to the lead. Father Ball spun. Okay, so Father Ball caught it, and we've got, that's where our caution came from. Let's see if I can't figure out the audio here now. Media. Okay, so I've got chat correct, but for some reason we keep going to system default. Let me get us on gaming. Yeah, for some reason OBS is not picking up my gaming sound. This is really weird, guys, because this was just working the other night, so we'll keep working on that, guys. But so I've got Josh Brock, Rodney Vest, your front row here as we get ready to go green. Now these guys can't fire off until green flag with no restart zone here at Phoenix, so that's making it a little bit tough on them. But all in all, it looks like everybody rolling just fine. A couple guys getting the wall in the back, but Josh Brock. Oh, we've already got a yellow flag. Jesse Bennell crashed. That's uncharacteristic. Let's see what happens here. We're through the dog leg. Phipps blends up. Looks like he's just going to get loose. Oh, nope. He gets into the back of Rodney Vest. Vest comes off the wall. Jesse's going to go around here. This is going to knock a little bit of the front loose, but yeah, nothing too terrible that I don't think Jesse Bennell can't deal with. So we'll have a couple of laps here under caution. We'll see if I can't get our sound stuff figured out. Like, come on, iRacing, get it together, right? We're pointed at the right audio stuff. Well, I think what we can do. See if I can't grab the right screen here. Nope. Let's try that. Still nothing. This is very frustrating, guys. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties here. Yeah, I've got iRacing being, well, I actually capture the screen is what I'm doing, Steven. So, it's very weird that this is not playing nice though. Like I said, we'll continue to work on it here. Hopefully I can get this square. That should have fixed it. There we go. Took me long enough. Sorry, guys. Like I said, technical difficulties. Oh, well. All right. Let's get ready to call this race, shall we? We've got Dustin Haynes starting back on the front row after that second caution. Andrew Phipps to his outside. Pace car's going to duck off, and here we go. Green flag's out. We'll go to TV3 here, see if we can see anything as we get through turn number 1. A lot of guys drifting out wide, trying to stay out of the havoc. Everybody making it through clear, so that's good. Haynes is falling back to second. Phipps back out front. We'll see if he can open up a little bit and get out of away from everybody, as we've got a battle between Tyler Nichols, Dustin Haynes going down into turn number 1. Haynes with the low line, Nichols with the 41 on the high side. He's going to clear. I think running that high lane through that dog leg is going to be key. I think that's where you're going to see a lot of tire saving, as we see Kevin Savoy goes down underneath. We got Tom Gom off track. He's still rolling. Oh, and we've got a caution. Oh, he just got a little scent coming into the corner. Dustin Haynes getting to the back bumper. Tyler locking it down, keeping it out of the way. Everybody doing everything he can to not roll down in front of everybody. So props to him on that one. The sound cut, dear, because we were under slow motion. All right, let's get some race details up. Show the race recap. So 31 laps out of 150. Andrew Phipps is your leader currently. 3 for 6 on the cautions. 1 lead change so far. So nothing super crazy. This out of the way. Oh, Diggs, she cracks me up most days. It's quite comical usually. All right, so your top 10 so far: Andrew Phipps, Kevin Savoy, Jacob Bowen, JD McHaley, Little Joe Perazzi is in 5th, Eric Dillingham 6th, Mike McHaley 7th, Carter Nelson 8th, Sam Green's 9th, and Double D sitting back there in 10th position. Had a few takers down pit road: Gabe Griffin, Jesse Bennell, Gary Freeman, Jeff Pless, Tyler Nichols, Zach Horn, Diesel Weasel, Eric Cap, and Dustin Haynes. So, but you know, all in all, we're not really seeing a bunch of really crazy multi-car wrecks, which is great. But you always want to see a good green flag race. I think if these guys can get green flag, get to green flag pit stops, I think it's going to make things very interesting. Yes, Diggs, this is Legacy Phoenix. I tend to like it better. I don't really care for New Phoenix, I guess you'd say. Especially when you've got the open dog leg, because man, oh man, you see guys get cleaned out really easy. All right, pace car is going to duck off when we head out of turn 3 here. Andrew Phipps going to start this thing back off. Kevin Savoy to the outside, and that's a dangerous thing because, like I said, if this thing starts to go green, if we get green flag pit stops, my eye is on Kevin Savoy. Pace car is off. Once we hit the green flag, these guys can go. We're off. Bowen putting himself in a good position to really check out on the points lead a little bit if he can get a good finish here tonight. Sitting 3rd so far, so you know, anything is possible as we make it through turn 1. Look like everybody rolling real smooth there. Phipps gonna dive it down to the inside. Savoy just gonna kind of ride for right now. Oh, we got a flag out and a lot of people on the radio. We're gonna let that siphon out a little bit. Double D claiming that one. Have to check and see what happens here. I'll play this at speed for a minute. Oh God, he sent Carter. Oops. Oh my God, they just piled right in. There's a lot of cars damaged in that one. We're gonna roll this back. We're gonna go blimp. So Dennis gets towards the back of the 11 right here. He bumps the 11. Catches Sam, head on into the outside wall there. Oh man, we get the 17 of Gabe Griffin skating through, and then everybody else just kind of better off left for dead on that one. And that's gonna have a lot of cars in it. So back live, and I think we're joined by one of those cars. Double D, what happened? Walk me through it, buddy.
I had a run. Carter got loose in front of me, went off the corner, and I got to his left rear and wasn't trying to make contact. And yeah, I didn't expect him to check up there like he did.
Is the car done?
Oh yeah, they didn't even put the pit board down.
Oof, that's
I think
rough.
I would have been fine until the aftermath of it.
Yeah, we kind of caught that on camera. I think that's going to take quite a few guys out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yep. It sounds like Carter's done. Not sure who else is done out of that. And that was the worry, right? Like you knew the car was going to be loose off corner, and unfortunately, that's the way it kind of goes sometimes.
Well, I watched him overdrive entry into 3, and then as coming out of the corner, I figured, all right, he's got it slowed down enough, he's gonna be able to carry the speed off the corner, and then he just checks up on exit, and I had nowhere to go. And
yeah, it's shit into the deal on that one. So Double D, our race reporter and controller. I know there's going to be a few guys looking for another caution. Carter, I got Double D up here in the booth with me right now, so. Pace car's off. We're about to go green. Phipps going to lead him to the line again. Savoy to his outside. Here we go. I think it's going to be really interesting at this point with a lot of these guys missing nose cones, wheel damage. I mean, we may go, you know, green flag long run, or we may not. It just kind of depends. Savoy takes over the lead.
Yeah, Savoy jumps out in front. So first real competition other than when Benell was up there for Phipps.
Yep. And I see Joe Perazzi, little Joe, coming through so far. He's up to 4th. So solid run for him after all that mayhem back there. It sounded like Josh Brock has quite a bit of right front damage. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think so.
Somebody said it had a boatload of camber in it. See if I can't get a look at the right front suspension. Oh, nope, we're literally out in the wall. That's not going to work. But it's a battle out front between Savoy and Phipps right now. Which this could be good or this could be bad, because, you know, we know Kevin's good at saving tire. We also know that Kevin can stretch the fuel, and if Phipps is overdriving compared to Savoy, this could get really interesting.
Phipps has also got a lot of time and knows when to push and when not to. So this will be a very interesting chess game between these two.
Oh, very much.
Last season, Phipps was our winner at Richmond. This race is a lot like Richmond does.
True. These guys are side by side right now.
And there's a big gaggle around 10th.
Yeah, they've got a second over Bowen. Oh God, did you just hear Benell?
Yeah.
15 minutes of damage on that 88 car. as it looks like Savoy's going to settle in for a little bit here. Let's check out Benell. Oh yeah, that left rear is pointed towards the outside wall. Wow, that's rough. Going back, we got Bowen sitting in third.
He's not letting them go away.
No, and then we've got little Joe Perazzi sitting in fourth. He's probably gonna get mad at me for calling him that after a while. But
JD sitting fifth.
Yeah, JD hounded him.
in sixth.
Well, look at that. The old guy getting it done tonight. He didn't have such
And he's got a clean car.
He didn't have such good luck at Daytona, so this would be a really good turnaround for him if he can keep it, you know, top 5, especially with you know, the likes of Benell and those guys in the back, you know, possibly going a lap down if the tires cook completely off of it. He's got Gabe Griffin hounding him though, with Dustin Haynes right behind him. I will say, you know, with the way that this track is on graphics, I was actually able to turn up the cube maps, so the reflections on the cars. If you didn't know any better, you'd almost swear that this was realistic. I actually really like the way this is looking. We'll go back to your battle for the lead. It's kind of just a chess match right now. But then we come back to Joe and JD sitting back here in 4th and 5th. I think as long as one's not holding the other up, Dennis, probably not the worst thing in the world to just ride, see if you can't start to reel in those guys.
Yeah.
Back to the lead. Yeah, Phipps, you know, controlling it pretty good, but I really feel like Benell's not trying to really push it. You know, I think yeah, I'm sorry. I want to say Benell. I don't think he's really trying to push it. I think he's trying to just save some fuel, save some tire, try to make it go long run as we hit 50 laps in.
I mean, Bowen's not letting these guys walk too far away.
No.
He is about 3/10 off their pace.
Get last lap times up so we can kind of look at some things. But leaders running 28.3, Bowen running about 28.6, and then we get back to Joe and JD running about a 29. But Fatherball with a 28.9, and Aiden's moving too.
Yeah, Joe and JD have got company now for that 4th place spot.
Yeah, they got Fatherball hounding them with Aiden, and it looked like Gabe sitting back there as well. So the question is does Fatherball try to drive around the outside of JD here in a couple of laps and see if he can't capitalize on even more points?
They're all 4 of those guys from 4th to 7th are all in a line fighting for that 4th place.
Yeah. Oh, Fatherball looking at the inside, but JD's looking to go around Joe. Oh, they make contact.
Front 2 have got around a couple lappers while this battle's happening. They're still dooring.
I think Joe's trying to get it to drive off the corner, and I think it just keeps slipping on him is what it's looking like. JD's got the prime line right there in that mid, and it just seems like the mid works better.
If you throttle down too hard, it will kick out. You got to be super patient with the throttle.
Yeah, I was going to say you probably got to let it roll quite a bit.
You can pick up throttle decently early, but you cannot full throttle it until you are straight off.
Right. So JD's going to lead this line. They're about 7 seconds back after that back and forth with Joe and JD. They are catching the lap car of Sam Green. We'll go up to Bowen, who's a little ways up the track. He's all by himself sitting there in third. Not a bad place to be, because with nobody around, you can't hit anybody, right?
Just run your lines, manage your tires, and hopefully it's a tall tale to ask for these two up front of him to start slowing up, but
yeah. Check out the
but
lap
all it
time.
takes is pit strategy. If this goes green and those guys mess up in their pit cycle.
Yeah. And we've got a caution. That looks like Benell might have crashed.
Yeah, Benella spun off of 4.
We'll go look at the 88 car. Some of these guys definitely looking for that caution. Yep, it looked like the right rear just finally give up the ghost. Or he just looped it that easy, but the left rear you could see super tweaked on that National Guard machine. So just a single spin, so nothing too major, but you know, not what you want to see. Go a little bit higher in the sky here. I expect quite a few of these guys coming down for fuel. I don't know how many will take tires, but
I think everyone. If you haven't taken tires, I would be surprised if they don't take them here.
Yeah, I feel like some people probably took fuel early on, but I guess we'll have to see. Josh Brock getting a lap back. He was your lucky dog that time, so it's going to put us up to 16 cars in the lead lap. Still a lot of guys fixing damage. I'm going to step away here for just a quick second, Dennis.
So after the pit cycle, we got Diesel and Sam Green are going to take the wave around. Phipps is going to retain the lead. Aiden Haller is going to move to second. Savoy's up to third. Bowen's up to fourth.
See, and I don't think Sam's going to be hurting with that wave around either.
No, looks like Dustin got a black flag. Has to drop to the end. So let's Bowen fourth. JD McHaley sixth or fifth. Joe sixth. Mike is in seventh. And Gabe is in eighth. Then you got Eric Dillingham and Eric Capp running.
All right, we're green. Aiden with a better jump than Phipps on that one. Phipps gonna send it right down in. Him and Savoy gonna try to make quick work of Aiden Haller there on the high lane. And Phipps going to clear the 99 of Haller as he gets into the wall there on corner exit. This actually brought a lot of this battle back closer, so that's not a bad thing for these guys, but hopefully they've kind of figured out how to drive the tires.
Ooh, as
What do we got?
Gabe is loose. He was sideways getting into 3 there.
I wonder if he didn't take tires and took fuel only and just try to fix some damage, maybe?
Either that or too hard on braking with the cold tires. Like, I saw Tom do that earlier.
Yeah, that could be too. As the battle rages up front between Savoy and Phipps. And Aiden keeps dropping. He's back to 5th so far.
I don't think he took tires.
I don't think he did either. I think these guys did. And I think Aiden's just going to continue to drop right now. So a quick caution for Aiden would probably be beneficial, but all the spots that he gained are going to be gone, I think.
Yeah, if this goes long run.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. Tyler's still trying to fix damage on that 41 car. Savoy going to start to put some ground between him and Phipps. And we've got
Owen challenges Phipps for 2nd.
Yeah, your Daytona winner. He probably wouldn't mind another top 3 finish or back-to-back wins. Phipps gets the wall there. Bowen continuing to run to the bottom. And they are side by side for 2nd place.
Got a little tight on entry there with right front and right front
Yeah.
of Bowen, left rear of Phipps.
Yeah, it kind of looked like running that midline. If you run it in too hard, it just kind of dances on that right front before it settles.
Yeah,
we got
a little funky.
Little Joe Perazzi. He's looking for these guys to make a big mistake and capitalize on their poor misfortune if it's to happen.
Aiden fell off on the restart, but he's holding 5th.
Yeah, maybe the tires.
JD's sitting 6th and Fatherball's sitting 7th. So
yeah, they're not far off the back of the pack. Only about 2 seconds for JD and Fatherball. So still a good run. Lots of time to capitalize. We got just over just under 100 laps left. So we'll see if they can't move forward. Bowen, Phipps, and Perazzi continue to battle here. Like I said, Joe just kind of sitting in the catbird seat waiting for something to happen.
I'm curious if Aiden didn't try just right side tires to see what it would do.
And maybe it's just too loose or too tight.
Maybe off the rip. Like right now he seems to be running fine, but I'm wondering. Oh, got a yellow flag.
We got Benella around again. Yep, I think he just goes into the corner and just starts to walk. Yep, she just starts to walk.
Yep, and then tried catching it, and then the car caught.
Yep. I mean, if there's somebody that can drive it like that, it's usually Jesse, but it sounds like that might have finished his car. Ron confirms Aiden took fuel only on that last stop.
Oh, okay. As Tom Gom takes the lucky dog to caution.
Thank you for the info there, Ron. Appreciate it.
Now he's going to come down and take tires.
Yep. I was going to say, of course, if he hasn't taken tires yet, it might be a good strategy because now he'll have a set for the end. I mean, he held on pretty good on old tires.
The older tires.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it showed him something. It's early enough to try something, right, guys? Like you could try certain things here and see if you can get away with it. If not, just ride, hang on, wait for the caution, and it'll come to you.
Yeah, we're still about 6 laps till halfway.
Let's get that up on screen while we're sitting here. So we get some race data up. 70 out of 150 so far. Kevin Savoy, your leader. 6 cautions for 16 laps, and we've had 5 lead changes. So, and let's just check. We'll just double check the weather. Temperature's still hanging about 81 and cloudy, so that hopefully will cool that track temp off just a little bit.
Yeah, I did notice that it's like partly cloudy, so you'll get the clouds roll through, and then we'll get a spurt of sunshine, which it definitely changes the track.
I got something. I'm gonna put something up in the chat. All right. Oh, come on. It didn't type for me. All right, chat. We got a poll. Should we send Ron some free pizza one of these nights? He's mentioned it enough. I feel like at some point we got to do something. All right, Kevin Savoy going to kick this thing back off. Phipps to his outside. These guys didn't pit here. Actually, quite a bit. I think Aiden Haller's your first one that pitted there, unless some guys took some damage. But we're back under green.
Yeah, and that's going to put Aiden back to 12th on this restart.
So we'll see where the tires are going to come out at. If Aiden's smart, I think, you know, playing it safe and trying to save tire and drive through these guys, I think that might be the right play. So Savoy leads the way. You've got Phipps, Bowen, and Perazzi sitting second, third, and fourth.
Got both McHaley's 5th and 6th.
Yep, JD with a strong run tonight. Fatherball with a really impressive run. You know, he's usually a truck guy, so the fact that he's wheeling this thing around here running 6th, I mean, that's solid.
Yeah, you just gotta manage those tires.
Well,
you can keep those tires happy. Carl will be happy.
Right, exactly. His Fatherball gets a little bit of the wall there. It sounds like one of these nights, Ron. The chat says we got to get you some pizza. And Carter said that if he wants pizza, Ron's got to put the suspension back under the car before that guy send him some. But you know, Savoy out front by just a tick under a half a second. I don't know. It's still too early to say that this is a Kevin Savoy race, as you've got Phipps sitting there breathing down his neck. Bowen sits third. We got Lil Joe sitting fourth. We'll get some info up on screen. JD McHaley is fifth, right there, just behind Perazzi, with Fatherball right there. I tell you what. If Mike beats JD tonight straight up, it's going to be like them playing golf all over again, I do believe. Gabe Griffin hanging on to 7th. We saw him get loose earlier. Eric Cap up 15 positions to 8th place so far. Eric is fighting the ever-living crap out of it from what I'm hearing on the radio, but he's still running 9th. Got Dustin Haynes trying to get around him on the bottom. And you've got Sam Green in the lap car trying to get through as well. Dustin Haynes rounding out the top 10.
We got about 18 laps before the fuel window will open for them to make it the rest of the way. So that'll be something to keep in mind as well.
Okay. Aiden Haller is just outside the top 10 right now with those fresh tires. So I think if he plays his cards right, this is going to go the way that he wants it to. So, but right now it's all smooth sailing for Kevin Savoy. He's out to 0.6 over everybody. So
the top 3 have walked away from Joe and JD here in 4th and 5th.
Yeah,
Motherball is not letting JD walk away.
No, Joe and JD and Fatherball have found themselves again. You saw Fatherball's nose just off the right side of the screen there. Yeah, these guys definitely taking advantage of, you know, a good green flag run. Fatherball slips up a little bit there in the corner. I want to check the last laps for everybody. Savoy running
like
a 28.2.
Looks like the driver of the 16 forgot to shut his engine off, and it's causing a smoke show.
Did you blow up? You blew up, didn't you?
It was, yeah. She was done before the engine went off.
Well,
so.
Yeah, that happens too.
The engine doesn't matter if it doesn't have a right front tire.
Phipps trying to keep it close, but Savoy's still running 28.2s out front.
Yeah.
And Eric's crashed, I believe.
He's spun in turns 1 and 2.
He got a little tight off the front stretch. Ooh! Yep, I think that might have broke the right front off. Maybe not. It looks like it's still attached. But he definitely hit with that left front pretty hard.
Yeah, she's pretty skewed.
So, that is going to be caution number 7 for the night.
He is not meatballed.
Well, we'll get some more info up on the screen. 84 laps in. So, Dennis, you were saying we had 18 laps at the time. I'm not sure how that's going to play out on fuel. I don't know if these guys can make it. You get quite a few guys staying out, actually. Kind of shocked at the gamble, but Josh Brock back on the lead lap. He was your lucky dog there. So I'm not sure if he's going to come down and take damage this time, or he may take damage next time. It looks like he's going to head on down pit road, see what he can get done. JD going to be your leader after that. So
Yeah, sorry, I know you asked me something. I was talking to the guys about.
Yeah, no, you're doing race control stuff. I don't think we can make it yet on fuel. Is that correct?
From what I was getting in the car, about 55, so we're about 10 laps short.
Okay, so maybe JD and Fatherball are playing the smart game here with the track position and everything.
If they get a caution within 10 to go, or in the next 10 to 12 laps, come down, get the tires there, they'll have a tire advantage over the guys that just pit.
That's kind of what I was thinking. And now you put you put Savoy and Phipps, you've buried them in the pack, right? So now they've got to come through the chaos to try to get to you. So we've got a McHaley front row to restart this caution. Sounds like Gary's having some technical issues. We're going to head down into 1 and 2. JD with the lead. Uh-oh, somebody got...
Looks like that was...
Yep, Mike's in it.
Father ball.
There's a few people. We'll have to see what happened here. Looks like Mike turned in. I'm not real sure what happens here.
Kind of looks like Diesel might have pushed up a little bit on exit while Father Ball's holding the middle, and they just come together.
Yep, and there goes Mike. Phipps gets right into the back of Father Ball, lifts him right off the ground. Sam trying to avoid the chaos as well. I don't think there's a lot of major damage. I think everybody's still pretty decent. JD gonna hold on to the lead here. I think it's still too early to pit and you know, have enough fuel, so you know, obviously not a good idea to pit quite yet, but
Rodney's going to be the free pass recipient this time. Looks like a lot of people ended up getting into that wreck that were let down.
yeah, that's what I was just thinking. We saw Sam spin. He was in it with Pless there. All right, well, it's the Joe and JD show on the front row for this restart. We'll have to see if they can still hold off the fresh tires. Josh Brock still with no front end on that Advil car.
Advil after this race.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd find some. Pace car's off. JD's gonna take his green once he gets the flag, and we're off. Oh, Joe jumping out to a good lead. We'll see. Oh, Bowen almost gets to the back of him, but not sure what happened to JD. He just kind of fell off right there. And JD in like a four-way battle right here, down coming out of two. Or coming out of three.
Like,
oh, and there goes Bowen!
Bowen's around.
Oh, God, that just took out a lot of cars. We're going to have to check and see what happened there. Oh, we're going to go blimp on this one. So, You've got Bowen and Phipps right there in the middle of the 21 and the 48. We're going to follow them off of turn number 3 here. Bowen checks up. It looked like Phipps just kind of drove it in still. I don't know if they just a difference of braking zone or what. We see Bowen start to get off with Joe. Phipps stays on it just a little bit longer. Catches him in the quarter panel. Dustin Haynes in it. Oh, man. Aiden getting Gabe Griffin there.
Got Savoy and JD coming down pit road this time.
Like I say, at this point, I would think it's going to be close, but they should be able to make it on fuel. Joe's going to stay out here. So you've got Joe Perazzi, Nathan Diller, Josh Brock, Eric Kapp, Mike McKaylee all staying out this time. So, and I think that is the end of the race for Dustin after that, because it looked like it broke the wheel off, and possibly Phipps in the 48 as well.
Phipps doesn't have a meatball, but he is pretty mangled.
It looked like that wheel was hanging off, unless that was like one of those weird like net code damagey things. You know what I'm talking about, where it's there, but then it's not. So.
Yeah, he's not meatballed, so the only one I got left with a meatball is Dustin.
Yeah, and I think that one did break his wheel off. He even said that was his night. So, I don't think we'll see him back on track tonight. We'll get some more race data up. 95 laps out of 150. Joe Poe leads the way. 9 cautions for 26 laps with 6 lead changes. I'm actually surprised old Brock didn't bring it down, try to get some damage fixed there. But maybe it's driving good. We'll have to see. Got a lot of
become a race of attrition.
Yeah, a lot of guys coming off of pit road. I think it's still anybody's race, quite honestly. All right, we get ready to come off of turn number 4 here. Pace car's off. Joe's got it once it goes green, and we're off.
Green is out.
Joe with a really good jump there. That might actually be good news for him if he can get out and away from the guys on fresh tires. Looks like everybody. Oh, we got a spinner in the back.
Solo.
See what happened here to Bowen. I wonder if that car's just bent up enough. I don't really see a reason that it even spun.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
Unless there's something wrong with the right rear of that car, I don't see a reason that that car spun.
I mean, its front's definitely messed up, but I wonder if it has something to do with the TV panel, the back bumpers connected but not.
It does look like that car's dog tracking. Maybe that right rear's pointed outward.
I think it's right rear's pushed in.
Let's go chase on that car. Actually, let's... It looks like it might be towed in, from what I can tell. So, it's going to leave Joe Poe out front. 10 cautions so far.
Gonna give Phipps the lucky dog here.
I'm actually surprised that Joe and Dillard haven't pitted yet for fuel.
Yeah, because we could make it from here on fuel.
But they may be sitting on that set of tires. I think if it was me with the way the cautions keep coming, not a bad idea. Stay out front. Keep the freshies on the wall for as long as you can. Got a lot of guys coming off of pit lane now. And that's the other bad thing I feel like with Phoenix is while it's big enough, it doesn't feel like you have enough time on pit road because of how slow pit road speed is.
Yeah,
it feels like
I thought
it
it
takes
was 35
forever.
to be honest, but it's 45 and it's still, you just creep.
Yeah, you feel like it takes forever in a day. Joe Poe got to get this thing kicked back off. He's got the 78 of Nathan Dillard to his outside. He trying to get in his restart position there last second. Pace car's off. Here we go. Make sure everybody gets through turn one just fine. It looks like we're actually gonna hopefully pull that off this time. So everybody doing pretty solidly there. Joe Poe with he had about three tenths there, down through turns 3 and 4. But I do see Mr. Savoy is on the move. He's back here by Nathan Dillard. He's gonna work his way through the field as delicately as he can, without trying to burn those tires off. I mean, you can see how much more speed he's carrying out of corner exit. Holy cow.
Yeah. Those fresh tires are, after about 10 laps, it makes a little bit of difference. As Father Ball and Rodney get into it in 3 and 4.
I was just looking for Father Ball and I don't. A little bit of a crumple on that door panel, but we're gonna see. Look at the 30 car. Oh, looked like Mike just drifted high, didn't catch the bottom very well there. Gets into the side of the 30. Tom tries checking up. Oh no. Ooh.
Then netcode sends Tom into the wall.
Oh, that is wild. So I don't think Tom's too bad, but it's bad enough. I thought maybe the door marks on the left side of Mike's car were what caused the issue, but no, it's definitely the other way around.
No, he just pushed off the bottom a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like it just didn't catch the bottom, and unfortunately it just slid up. Tom with his damage meter climbing, sounds like he's been climbing, so I don't even know. Did we have a lucky dog that time?
Should be Gary.
I think he just got the lucky dog because we should be going 1 to green here. Yeah, so Gary joining the back of the field, so that would make sense as to what's going on with scoring. All right, so this is bad news for everybody else. Kevin Savoy is up at the front here.
With a clean car.
With a clean car. not many of them out there that are clean right now. He's going to have Aiden Haller to his outside. We've got Eric Cap, JD McHaley, Diesel Weasel, Joe Poe, Josh Brock, Nathan Dillard, Mike McHaley, Gabe Griffin. Your top 10. Pace car's going to duck off any second here. We'll get back going. So once we hit the green flag, these guys are free to take off. We're gone. Watch TV3, make sure everybody makes it through clean. We get through turn one and into the dogleg clean. Savoy leads off of 4, so we're gonna actually get a green flag lap in this time, which is good news.
Gary spun off of 4.
We'll go quarter speed. Trying to see what happened. I mean, he looks good through the corner.
He looks like he tries holding it too low.
And it looks like he just got into the throttle maybe a little bit too hard too soon. He tries to save it, but yeah, he's going to swat the wall right here. That's a rough break for Gary. So Sam's going to finally get a lucky dog. That's what he was looking for. I get the 48 and the 30 down on pit road, fixing damage. No, Dix, I think Gary's going to be okay. I mean, may add some damage to it, but I think for the most part, he should be fairly decent. Yeah, I think if we keep getting cautions like this, man, I wouldn't be afraid to hold a set of tires till about 10 to go.
Well, and when the question is, when do we start seeing, with all the cars that are wrecking out and not on track anymore, when do we get that green flag run? It's going to be tricky, and where you want to play that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to time it just right. Josh Brock says he's got 16 and a half minutes still.
Yeah.
Wow. Just wow. We're gonna go 1 to green here. So Jeff Pless, Aiden Hall are gonna be your front row again. JD's made it up to 4th, or actually, I'm sorry, 3rd, because he's on the bottom lane. All right, Savoy gonna lead us off of turn number 4. Pace car goes down pit road. And we're green. Aiden Hall are gonna get the lead going down into three and or down into one there.
So Bowen said that he doesn't feel like his rear end is in place anymore. Feels like it's just walking left and right on him.
I wouldn't be surprised with the way that car kind of looked. Aiden, I think, gonna lead this lap unless Savoy gets him. It was damn near even at the line.
Yeah, I got Savoy by 2 thou.
Wow.
And clears Aiden, and let's see if he can check out.
I think there's something to run in the high lane in one there. It just seems like Savoy gets a better drive through it. And
it's tricky because of the bump on exit, though.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, you know what I mean? Like, and we've got another caution, as it looks like Fatherball may have self-spun there. Go take a look at it.
Yeah, that was weird.
Just the same thing that Gary did. He kept it straight, didn't hit nothing. So 13th caution of the night. So you've got about 30 laps left, 35 laps left. It might not be a bad time to start thinking about that last set of tires. Gary's going to be our lucky dog this time. It's a good thing we've got the chat turned off. Tom Gom and his off the cuff jokes, everybody.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah. So your top 8 that stayed out: Savoy, Haller, Perazzi, Cap, Griffin, Weasel, and Dillard.
So the 98, so we got Savoy, Haller, JD, Lil Joe, Cap, and Gabe are about the cleanest cars on track. And then you got Sam, who's clean, but he's still got to get lucky dogs here.
Yeah, he needs 2 more laps back, so he needs 2 quick cautions, and I think he can get this thing back in as long as he's not involved in it. So... All right, we should be going 1 to green here. I will say, I do feel like the racing's better in this car than it was the Gen 6 that we raced last season.
Yeah, this is definitely a tricky combo. I do think once this thing gets damage, compared to the Gen 6, you can still race it with damage, but it becomes so unstable. It's harder to race with damage.
I think so too. Like, you know, we saw last season or 2 seasons ago where we had a driver literally dog tracking Indy for how many laps? I don't think you could pull that in this car. I just don't. Pace car is off. We're going to go green. Savoy just didn't fire. I don't know if he's just trying to save tires on those restarts and letting Aiden kind of burn them up. Savoy's gonna chase him down going into turn 1 here. Aiden drifts up the track. Side by side off of turn 1 down into the dog leg we go. Savoy kind of with a better line here. If he can get her slowed down and keep it to that bottom lane, it looks like he's gonna. So he's going to force Aiden to have to really try to drive it off of Ford. Aiden gets loose. Savoy takes over the lead. Yeah, I think
it's gonna be hard to beat Savoy.
I just think he's smoother off the corner. You know, you've got to kind of slow feed it, and you can't slam that pedal down and hope to get a good drive and keep the tires on the thing. And so we're going to pull it out to almost 4/10 going down into 1. We got Joe Poe back here watching the battle for first happen. JD coming with him. JD having a good night, sitting 4th place. I know he'd like to see a top 3. He was 4th last week. I know he just wants to get in and get an interview. I remember that being a joke the other night. So hopefully we could see him get up here. Gabe Griffin sitting in 5th. We've got Eric Cap just behind him. Eric had a rough Daytona as well. Wound up a lap down after that last lap crash in 3 and 4. Nathan Dillard having a good turnaround.
He's having a good run.
Yeah, he's had a real good turnaround since the Daytona race. We've got Korn sitting back here in 8th all by himself.
Diesel's in 9th, just trying to manage that damage.
Yep.
And Phipps has come back into the top 10 after his couple incidents today.
Yep. So a good salvage for Phipps here. I'm sure he'd like to see another caution, maybe get a little bit more damage fixed. But he's getting hounded right now by Jeff Pless in that 43 car. Going back a little bit further, Fatherball sitting 12th. Just kind of riding, not really pushing. We got to come back a little bit further to get to Tom Gom, who's sitting 13th. So we got Gary Freeman right behind him. And Josh Brock with about 15-16 minutes of damage on that Advil car. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to bust out that bottle after tonight's over. And then the last car in the lead lap, Jacob Bowen, I think he's still dealing with some suspension damage there. So, but
we got Savoy is
gone.
Gapped Aiden by about 8/10. I figure around the line here it's going to be almost a full second.
Yeah, but you can see the gap from the blimp view. He's 1.1 right now.
Yep.
So at this point,
yeah, he's 3/10 faster than Aiden that last lap alone.
Let's pull up last lap times. We got Savoy with a 28.0 that last time around. Joe Perazzi 28.1. JD McHaley 28.1 as well. So the guys behind Aiden are going to start to stack up as they're running faster than Aiden is. So I think Aiden's just a little off pace here. We'll see what happens as the race goes on, but battle heating up between Joe Perazzi and JD McHaley as we come off of turn number 3. And like we've said all race, right? Like the big thing with Phoenix, don't overdrive your entry, because the second you overdrive your entry is when you start to lose tire. And I think JD's trying to do that quite well. As you see him kind of catch Joe mid-corner off. Go back to our gap. And this is, I think we're going to start seeing that green flag run we talked about You know, this
We
could,
got 23 to go at the line. This could go the rest of the way now that everyone's kind of stretched out.
I was gonna say we've got a lot of guys kind of all over the place.
And to be fair, the last couple cautions we've had haven't been really wrecks. They've been more of just self spins.
Yeah. As we get right behind the 21 of Bowen here with Joe and JD, they're going to try and clear him as cleanly as they can. We got Gabe Griffin trying to enter the race. Oh, wow. Gabe just mailed it down in there. Bowen's now missing a nose cone after that.
Yeah, he brushed the wall and it ripped the nose off of it.
That's absolutely wild. Still watching this battle with JD and Joe. I'm waiting to see where JD's going to try to make his move at.
As Savoy is checked out.
Yeah, I mean,
he's in his own zone right now, 2.3 up.
The man's in a different area code. Oh, with the creepy Dogecoin paint scheme. I just,
You got
it's so weird.
You got Aiden's pulled away from these guys battling for third now.
Yeah, he's up almost 2 seconds over those guys. So, and I don't think, did Joe pit for fuel yet?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Actually, I know how we can tell. We have this lovely thing on screen. Joe pitted on lap 102.
102, he should be good on fuel then.
If we're
Definitely
looking
with all
at
the cautions we've had.
Aiden pitted on 97. JD came down on lap 93.
That's to be close for JD. The cautions might have helped him, but
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, compared tire-wise, though, how that's going to play out.
I mean, you got Gabe, which is hounding both these guys in front of him. He's just waiting for either of them to slip up, and he can slot right into third.
Well, and he pitted lap 107 as Gabe gets the wall on corner exit. Commentator's curse right there. He's got more tire, I think. But at the same time, you got to do it clean. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
There's one thing. Making a pass is another.
Yeah. As we've got Korn coming through turn 3 right now. He's sitting 6th. He's got Eric Cap behind him for 7th. Nathan Dillard's fallen off. He's back to 8th. And then we've got Phipps back up to 9th at least. So still a comeback story in the making. Fatherball's made it up to 10th. Jeff Pless. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, right now it's between Pless and Diesel for 11th and 12th. So the battle of the beaten cars, as you can see, damage on both of those. Kind of running side by side. It sounds apparently like we're getting word from the 27 car. Apparently he has a foul smell in his sim room at the moment that is throwing his game off. Well, that's all we're going to say. Not necessarily a Tony Stewart situation, but pretty bad. Our leader, Jeff Pless, continues to crunch away at the laps, picking off lap car after lap
Savoy.
car. Or, I'm sorry. Good Lord. Pless, Savoy. Yeah. Sorry, Kevin. I didn't mean to do that. Yes, Kevin Savoy chewing lap after lap on cars. He's going to put Tom Gom put Tom back a lap down after that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Plus would love to be in Kevin's spot right now.
I'm sure he would. Kevin, one of our resident Canadians in this league, the other one being Dustin Haynes there in the 3 car, but yeah, Kevin just he's driving away, don't you know?
Yeah, he's got 13 laps to Get this one in the books. He's pulled out 3 seconds on Aiden, 6 seconds on Joe and JD here now.
Yep. And it
Can
looks
JD
like
use some of these lap cars to maybe for his advantage?
And Joe and JD have dropped Gabe Griffin there. So,
Yep.
you know, I think, you know, if I'm JD sitting behind Joe, I'm probably waiting, just biding my time, letting Joe run his pace, letting Joe kind of burn the tires off. And make your move 5-10 to go, somewhere in there. You know, don't show your cards too early.
We've seen how these cars like to slide off the corners. Is he just waiting for Joe to slide a little too much and take advantage of it? I mean, 4th place is not a bad spot. Like that's a good run for as many times as people were in wrecks and stuff.
Right. Gabe's closed it back into the back of Joe and JD here. The question is, I don't know if he's going to have enough tire to go after these guys after falling back a little bit like that. So, and you know, you can't really fall asleep here because Corn's starting to drive through the field a little bit. He's slowly catching this battle with 10 laps to go.
No, we just hit the stripe. We're 10 to go. We got one slow on the front stretch.
Yep, that looked like that was Rodney Vest. Oh, it looks like he popped the wall pretty good with that left front.
Yeah, and I think it
definitely
still got power.
He's got power, but it broke that left front. I can see it shaking around. So I think that's going to be the night for Rodney. Come back to the battle with Joe, JD, and Gabe here. Ooh, Gabe keeps getting loose off of turn 1, like sketchy loose. And it's just letting Joe and JD kind of walk away from him at times, and then he's got to drive the wheels off of it to get back up front.
And that's what JD's waiting for, is a small mistake like that from Joe.
We got Crown over in the chat. He apparently had to stay at work super late tonight. Yeah, sad we missed you out here tonight, man. It's been an interesting one so far, to say the least. It sounds like Gary's happy that he swatted the wall and straightened the wheel. That could be good, or that could be bad.
Both sides hard enough.
Oh man. Let's go back here to Korn and Eric Cap, the silent assassin in the 6 car. He's starting to look for his way around Korn. I think he said it's go time.
I mean, he does have a clean car.
It kind of looks like
Korn's car is fairly clean as well.
Korn was involved in something earlier, so I don't know how much that's going to be affected, but Eric Cap, you know, we talk about it all the time. He's very quiet, very reserved, but then it's like the last 10 laps, he just turns it up, and you can kind of see he's starting to get into the gas sooner, and Korn just doesn't have the drive off.
Yeah, that's where being able to save tire for the long run pays off. We still got JD just in the tracks of Joe. JD was a little faster that last lap.
Kevin Savoy out to 5 seconds over Aiden Haller. So I don't want to jinx it, but I think, you know, barring any bad luck, I think you know where this is going to go. But as we continue to watch the battle for 3rd and 4th.
And we got 3 to go next time by. Sounds like Tom had a moment, Alpha 4.
Yeah, the Jeff Gordon entry is just not having the night he was hoping for. Sadly.
Normal luck for the 24 at Phoenix.
Yeah. We're gonna have 2 to go next time by. I think if JD's gonna try for it, he's gonna have to go now to get around Joe. JD shoots it to the
I just
bottom.
don't know if he's got enough tire.
I don't know if he does either.
I mean,
Kevin,
and you got Gabe closing right back in on both of them again.
yeah, I just don't know if he's got any right
Gabe's
front
actually
left.
0.3 faster than both of the guys in front of him.
You know, it's one of those things though. Does Gabe have enough tire to actually pass him? There's one thing, like we said, getting through the rest of it. That's another. Is Kevin Savoy takes the white flag here. Smooth sailing through turn one. Joe and JD just getting ready to cross the start finish line there. Like I said, Savoy with a solid run tonight. I mean, he kept it clean, about as clean as you could get it all race. And oh, father ball hits the inside wall just as Savoy clears him. So that's going to seal Mike to 10th. Back to Joe and JD we go. JD trying to mail it out the outside. Does he got enough tire off the corner? He doesn't. And that's going to put Joe with a third place finish. JD with back-to-back fourth places. Corn holds off Eric Kapp, Gabe Griffin fifth, but Corn finishing sixth. Seventh to Eric Kapp. We'll wait and see. We do have results now, so we'll get Kevin Savoy up on screen. And we'll get our results up. And still, I always practice results. I got to remember to change this stuff. So we've got Kevin Savoy coming home your winner tonight. Aiden Haller with second. Joe Perazzi is third. JD McKaylee comes home fourth. Gabe Griffin with fifth. Zach Korn going to come home sixth. Eric Kapp seventh. Nathan Dillard eighth. Andrew Phipps, after just getting straight wrecked down in turn number one, comes home ninth. Mike McKaylee, you know, it kind of, you say it was an up and down night, but he takes a 10th tonight. Diesel Weasel comes home 11th. Jeff Pless with 12th. The Gominator comes home 13th. Josh Brock in that Advil sponsored car, probably going to borrow a bottle of that. He comes home 14th. Gary Freeman 15th. Jacob Bowen, your Daytona winner, finishing 16th. Sam Green with a 17th. Rodney Vest 18th. Moving back just a little bit further. We've got Dustin Haynes in 19th. Eric Dillingham comes home 20th. Jesse Bennell 21st. Tyler Nichols 22nd. Dennis Daly 23rd. Carter Nelson 24th. And Pop Rosie finishing out your field for the night. And I think we're waiting on our winner currently. But you know, I think Phoenix gave these guys a very tough run tonight, to say the least. I think, you know, it's one of those things. You come off a super speedway, you go to a track like this, and you've got to kind of finesse the car. And we weren't finessing the car at Daytona. We're just flat out, right?
Yeah, this was definitely a throttle management.
And speaking of throttle management, the man that knows one thing or another about throttle management and fuel saving, Kevin Savoy, coming home your winner tonight.
Hey, how's it going?
Solid run tonight, man. I mean, it seemed like, you know, once you took that last set of tires, I think you pitted right around just shy of 100 there.
Yeah.
And you know, just kind of bided your time through the field, and then as the restarts came, just put the gap on them and just managed.
Yeah, I got the EOL because of a bad record caused last week, so I was starting on the back foot, but just whole race just tried to keep my nose clean and stay out of trouble, and paid off. I got close to a few of those wrecks, but got away as unscathed, no scratches on the car. So yeah, it worked good.
I mean, I got away unscathed, led 70 laps tonight, so that's that's a pretty solid night, I'd say, in my book.
Yeah. Man, yeah, that first caution, when everyone pitted, I just stopped for gas, no tires, and these Arca General tires, they are troopers, because they would fall off, but I think it's more heat fall off
Right.
instead of wear fall off. So you'd stop, they cool off a bit, and they were right back on them. Like I took 4 tires, and I'm not sure if Andrew took 2 or no tires, but on that one stop that we did, and man, he was holding on to me for a long, long time. So yeah, it's those tires were really had a lot of longevity in them.
Well, I kind of expected a little more fall off. You know, obviously we drove the Gen 6 car here last year, and I remember that being an issue. And then here tonight, it seemed like they kind of plateaued, and then guys started checking up early, and then they would take off again.
Yeah, I was looking at my lap times, and like from even on used or news, the new tires, you'd have like a 3 to 4 laps of like really good under 28 seconds easily,
Yep.
but then you'd plateau right back to a, a worn tire, back to like 28.2s, 28.3s,
Yep.
and it was holding there the whole time. So eventually, though, it seemed like after like 15, 20 laps,
Mm-hmm.
the used ones would start to go off a bit quicker. But I mean, for that whole time, it was right there staying with new tires.
Yeah, I think, you know, especially if you were able to kind of manage the wear early in a run, you know, we've seen you do it many times, and be able to save a set for the end. I think that's where it really came in clutch.
Yeah, I won't lie though. Andrew had probably the quickest car out there tonight. Maybe Jesse might have had something for him, but I unfortunately wasn't around Jesse long enough. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
Jesse
got
having a real unfortunate night
yeah,
tonight.
man, we got that restart. Came out at 2. I saw someone get crossed up, and then I jerked it to the left, and then all chaos went on the outside. I
Oh
saw the
yeah,
88 like big time in my front window, and then all of a sudden I looked in my mirror and he's in the wall. I'm like, oh,
that's
so
fun.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to go back and see what happened there, because ooh, that was a big one. And
Yeah.
then again, later on in the race, Andrew got in front of me, and I think he got into the 21 of Jacob, and spun him out, and I was right behind him. I got on the brakes and almost pushed into them, but luckily didn't get in there. But yeah, it was a bit chaotic tonight.
Yeah, I think some of those were some pretty wild, hard hits when they would happen when you would least expect it, kind of. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know, I think staying out in front, you did a solid job tonight. Come home with a win. Anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Thanks to you guys at Stevenson Motorsports for broadcasting. Hate to see you in the broadcast booth instead of on the track, but you're doing an awesome job. Um, Thanks to everyone that races in the series. This was a bit of a caution fest, but I mean, first time we're going to shorter track, slick track, so
Yep.
hopefully we'll dial it down a bit for the next races and get a bit more patient and get some more green flag laps instead. But all in all, our green flag runs were awesome, so hopefully we'll tone it down a bit and get back to that instead.
I like it. I like it. Well, congrats on your win tonight, Kevin. We'll let you go, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next week.
Hopefully. Thanks. Have a great
Yep.
night.
All right, that was Kevin Savoy. All right, let's get second place Aiden Holler in here.
Are you mental?
Aiden, you had a solid run tonight. You know, P2, at one point we saw you drift back, staying out on old tires. Was the plan to try to hold on to a set longer to the end and have fresher tires than everybody else?
Yep, that was the plan. Fast on 99. Could beat Savoy, but we know Savoy has very good skills.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got those real world skills that definitely come into play. You know, a lot of wrecks tonight. You seem to kind of stay out of the chaos, or at least make it through minimally unscathed. You know, overall, it kind of looked like you played it about as safe as you could tonight.
Yep, that was the plan.
Golly, you know, it looked like for a long time there after that last restart, you kind of had something for Kevin, and then were we seeing tire fall off towards about the midway point of that?
Yeah, we put tires on a couple cautions ago, and we had 6 or 7 lap on tires, and since Savoy is good at tire saving, he just took off.
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of that tracks with Kevin. I'm sure we'll talk about this more throughout the season as it goes, but
yeah,
I mean, second place wasn't a terrible run on the night. And if I remember right, you were a podium driver at Daytona too.
Yep, that's right.
See, so that you can't argue with the points there. So,
no.
But well, after a solid night tonight, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
I want to thank the Fast Now crew, and thank you for Josh for pulling this up. Let's see if we finish podium again next week.
All righty, buddy. Well, good drive tonight, and hopefully we do get to talk to you again next week.
I hope so.
All righty.
All right.
That was Aiden Holler, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get our third place finisher up here. He had a rough night at Daytona, but turns it around, puts it on the podium spot. We got Joe Perazzi up here in the booth with us. Joe, walk me through your night a little bit.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, guys? That number 27 Moen Menards Chevy SS car really did a lot of work for us tonight. We made a few adjustments to brake bias and had a good pit strategy. And you know, I got to thank my spotter Phil, crew chief Phil Connor. He kept me calm out and talked me through the whole night. So that was really a lot of the strategy, was him keeping me focused on what I had to do and just not really focusing so much on what was going on behind me, because it seemed like it was a busy night.
Busy is an understatement. Wait until you go back and watch some of it. But 12 laps led on the night. I kind of me and Dennis were up here kind of talking. You pitted later than a lot of the guys in front, or earlier than a lot of the guys in front of you. Do you feel like that maybe hampered your chance at a win tonight?
Pit strategy definitely had a lot to do with it, and that early pit stop did help with getting us kind of refreshed and reset, because the EOL kind of threw us off for a little bit. You know, we qualified 9th, and the car did what it had to do there, but we just had to stay focused, man. It was forward momentum the whole night. As every caution fell, we were able to pick up spots. Some pit stops we didn't even take tires. We didn't realize we had an extra set. We thought we only had 3 on the 2 on the wall, 1 on the car. So we had planned for that, and once we realized we had that extra set, we realized we were already golden. And what really came down to it was whether or not we wanted to get fresh tires here at the end should another caution happen, or if we wanted to stay on the scuffs, because scuffs really were working for us very well.
See, that's kind of what Savoy said too, which was it's interesting, because usually once you see the tires wear, they just fall off and they're just kind of dead. But it sounds like they came back to life on restarts.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple really good restarts where I am surprised I got as far ahead as I did. That was not expected. So I just ran with it and hoped that we could have stayed green, but the cautions befell us, and so we fell victim to that. But at least we put it on the podium. I really can't thank Phil enough for keeping me in check tonight. And Pops, if you catch the broadcast, thanks for hanging out with us. I know he left early, and so I want to give him a shout out as well. And thanks again, guys, for the awesome broadcast. Appreciate you.
I just got to ask you one more about one other thing. You and JD had quite a battle there from the last restart all the way to the end. Were you kind of keeping an eye on the mirror to know where he was going, or just try to drive out the front windshield as much as possible?
So we seemed to be around each other the whole night, and he's a formidable opponent, I have to say. It was great racing JD and keeping it clean there. He definitely had me a little nervous for a little bit. I knew that if I just kept everything clean and hit my marks, I would be able to outdrive him. I could see that I was faster than him out of 4, but he was a little faster than me out of 2. So I kind of played around with some lines and some break points there at the not near end, but there in that last green flag run, and it wound up working out very well. So getting around some lap traffic as well, kind of thought that would hold him up, but it didn't. So he just followed me right through it. He gave it a Hail Mary pass. I will say he gave it a Hail Mary at the end because I saw him blip the throttle because he thought he had the grip, but it tightened up on him, and then I knew it was solidified there. So
I caught that down there in 4. I was like, man, he's got to run down into the corner, and then you see it blip and you see the car go tight. I'm like, oh, that's all she wrote.
Yep. Yep.
So,
It was mostly just keeping hitting my marks, and I mean I knew he was back there, but as long as I had to do what I had to do, I'd be all right.
well, I don't think you did too bad on the night. Nice solid turnaround from the way Daytona ended. That should shoot you up the points. So on that note, anybody else you want to shout out before we let you go for the night?
Just my sponsors. Moen's been great this year so far. They're very forgiving. So is Menards. They've been a long-time partner. I want to thank Josh Brock for the league and everything here. It's been fun running with them, and having a great finish like this does really boost some confidence. And hopefully next week we'll finish well too.
Well, maybe next week we'll be talking about a win. So good run on the 3rd place tonight, bud, and hopefully we get to talk to you next week.
All right, thanks a lot.
Yep. All right, well, that's our podium finishers there. Dennis, any closing thoughts on tonight's race?
A lot of body work going into next week for a lot of these teams.
I'm pretty sure there's some shop owners that are pissed. But yeah, there was
It's just short track racing.
lot of bent up cars. What I think some of it, you see, like we were talking about, a lot of it's single spin or single car spin stuff, and I think just some guys getting a little overzealous on the throttle and
Well, I think a lot of it was like towards the last second half of the race. We had a lot of solo spins, and it's just trying to understand this car with the damage model. A lot of these guys, this is the first time running the ARCA car and having as much damage as we've seen tonight, 10, 15 plus minutes.
Right.
Trying to control it in a drivable manner still.
Yeah, that makes it tough. Especially when you tow in a rear tire and now all of a sudden you're crab walking or the toes knocked out of the front, anything of that nature. So, props to a lot of these guys. Bowen keeping it on track, only going 2 laps down with a car that clearly did not want to drive tonight. I think once guys started to figure it out, caution started to slow down, and we had some green flag runs there, but solid shout out to all these drivers. Props to Kevin on that win. I mean, a commanding win over Aiden Haller there by 6 seconds. But that's all for us from Phoenix, folks. So we'll be back. Should be back Friday night with NASCAR 3D. We'll have Saturday, I do believe, off. Like I said, I think Corn's League race got pushed back. And then we'll be back with one of the last 3 rounds of slow car, fast car before that takes hiatus with the ARCA cars from iRacing Super Speedway. So you'll want to catch that. But like I said, that's it for the night for us. We'll catch you guys all again on Friday night. And everybody have a good rest of the week.